Hey everyone, I wanted to talk about the concept of direction today. And 2020 has been a pretty messed up year to say the least. Very happy that 2021 is right around the corner. But I heard a lot of stories this past year, had a lot of conversations with people, and a lot of the work I'm doing with my clients these days all kind of circle this theme of direction or lack of direction, or people asking, are they still on the right direction in life? Is what they set out to do 5 years ago, is that still even making them happy? So wanted to talk a little bit about that, but more importantly, give you guys a very powerful tool to instantly clarify what that direction should be in your life, if you're questioning it, or even to confirm it if you're someone who has a pretty good sense of it already. Share with you something that within seconds is going to have you realizing where it is you should be headed. But first off, why is direction so important? If I was to throw you in the woods, to take away your phone, take away GPS, map, compass, take that all away from you and say, okay, find your way home. Pretty hard, right? Pretty challenging. I think at a certain point, you're just going to end up feeling lost. You end up maybe just walking around in a circle, and getting that generalized feeling of being lost. And let's face it, life is no different without that sense of direction. And whether we like to face it or not, we're human beings. We love to connect to meaning. We love to connect to things that give us purpose. And direction is one of those beautiful things that can align us towards that daily. But without it, unfortunately, can have us feeling lost day in and day out. Can have us feeling like we're just kind of repeating the same actions. Can have us questioning why it is we're doing certain things, and if we're truly if those things are truly fulfilling us or not, or if they were just things that we were told or encouraged to do by friends and family that we should do in life. That's the downside of not having that direction. So getting to that approach and tool. So anyone who's worked with me before knows I'm a pretty practical guy, super results driven and results oriented, no fluff. One of the best ways to solve problems, in my opinion, is reverse engineering. Start with where you want to end up, realize where you currently are, look at that gap between, and by looking at it through that approach, it's actually pretty simple to define where it is you need to head to get where you want to end up. So, perfect analogy of not doing that. If I was to take a puzzle in a box and kind of just shake it up and throw the thousands of pieces out on the table and say, okay, actually one thing before I do that, take away the cover of the puzzle, the cover of the box that has the final product of what the puzzle is supposed to look like. Take that away and say, okay, go ahead, finish this puzzle now. Pretty near impossible. Frustrating, not knowing what it is you're trying to accomplish. Funnily enough, I think a lot of people are kind of walking through life with a bit of that same approach, not having that cover box picture of where they want to end up, and being forced to kind of walk through those steps of life, trying to make some meaning of it and trying to kind of piece together our puzzle. So how do we get that end picture? How do we get that box of the puzzle for ourselves and for our life? Write your own eulogy. Yeah, it can sound a little morbid, but let's remain a little bit open-minded here and realize that by doing so, it can actually be the process and the exercise that we use from an inspirational point to give us that picture of where we want to end up. And, within that eulogy that you write for yourself, put in there how you'd like to be perceived by your kids if you happen to be a parent. How would you like to be looked at? If you happen to be an owner of a business, what's the legacy of the business you'd like to leave behind? If you're a leader or a manager within your organization, how would you like to be spoken about by your peers, your colleagues, and generally speaking, with friends and family? What would be the words you would like to be remembered by? I guarantee you, by stepping through this exercise and taking it seriously, it could be very powerful to eliminate a lot of the bullshit out of your life. A lot of the things that we stress and worry about for no reasons, if they're not checking up, if they have, no meaning to where we want to end up, it's a very powerful tool to just eliminate a lot of that useless stuff out of our lives, and to, like we were saying before, really give us that clear vision and clear sense of the direction of where we want to head, and also give us that sense of happiness and purpose day in and day out, because we know we're headed to that final picture. So try it out. I'd love to hear from you guys. Message me, give me a call if it happens to do some good for you. If you've tried this exercise before as well, I'd love to hear in the comments below how it worked out for you, and hopefully it brings you that sense of direction that you're looking for.